here's some amazing, I got some pictures. It's just kind of fun at the beginning here. Here's some pictures of different churches in the world that I'm like, okay, very unique. So here's church number 1. I call this the rocket ship church. These people are ready. They go to that church. They're ready to fly off to Jesus. You know, it's ready to take off. This is over in Iceland. This is the Colorado Air Force Church. Is anyone, which is made up, it's supposed to look like airplanes that shoot up in the sky. Has anyone been here? Yeah, so a lot of you, it's kind of neat. So ready to fly for Jesus. This one's in Brazil. At first I thought it looked like a teepee. But then I was like, it kind of looks like a crown, like Jesus is king, Jesus is returning, and we're your crown that you're going to wear. This is, what does this church look like? A pipe organ. This is the ultimate for pipe organ Christians. Okay, you can go to church inside of an organ in Denmark, okay? This church is unique. So this king that lived 800 years ago, he became a Christian, and he ordered that 11 churches would be built and carved out of solid rock in the ground. So that's a church, that's solid rock, and he built, so if you were down below, this is what the church looks like. But you understand it was carved through the rock down. So, and he built 11 of these over in the country that you can visit. I'm like, wow, very unique. Had to take a lot of work back then. Now, here's a church, and at the first service, so this is a church called Cliff Church in Georgia. It's not the state of Georgia. There's a country named Georgia. And there's a church up there, and there is a pastor that is in full-time in that church. And what I was wondering, if I pastored that church, how many of you would come to church? He leaves his church twice a week. This is the ladder that he's crawling up on it. I don't know if you can see him, but twice a week. Now, every so often they have to replace the pastor. But if I was the pastor of this church, how many of you would come visit me, come to church up there? Okay. It's funny, in the first service, not one person would come up to visit me. Not one. But at least in this church, just don't look down when you're crawling up, okay? So, and this church is for Martians and fellow aliens. Now, for the kids from Pine Valley, do you know what church this is? It's this church. We live in Mars, so we're, okay. They're like, yeah. Where do you guys live? Jupiter, I hear? Pittsburgh? Do any of you live in Mars? Okay. Hey, we got, so